I'll stand up to it. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you, Rosie, for, there's so much happening. I wish I was in London. Fabulous. So I'm going to talk really fast, partly because I'm a bit giddy being in the palace, and partly because I'm passionate and I've got a lot to say. So I'm just going to run you through the actions of a small group of people over the last 3.5 years. So we'll start at the beginning, where all good stories start. 3.5 years ago, a small group of talented, passionate, multi-skilled people came together and they discussed their shared concerns about the rising seas, the melting ice caps, social justice, the inability for people in other countries to eat their own food. Also, we shared our concerns about the modern way of life, which is to blame politicians, scientists, bankers, anybody that we can blame. We can pin it on anybody and sit back and do nothing ourselves. So we thought, this isn't the way to go. Let's see if there's something we could do for our town. And while we were talking, we discovered that we like carrots. We reckon most people do, and we don't like sticks. I'm going to try and see if this works. Click. Yes, this is our town. This is the town that we need to work on. So Todmorden, it's a market town trying to survive in the supermarket culture. We have 5 supermarkets. It's too many for a tiny town. We're trapped in a deep, stark, really deep valley. We're confined with a road and a canal. We're equidistant between Halifax, Burnley and Rochdale. I don't have to tell educated people. They're all places with struggles, mighty struggles of their own. So we're not talking about a rich town, we're not talking about Kent, the Garden of Eden, we're talking about rain, mist, fog, flood. So we're talking about challenge here. We're a town with rich people on the tops and poor people on the bottom. Helicopters and horses on the top and back to back. High unemployment, we've lost industry, it's a cotton town, and we're never going to have industry back. So here was our challenge. How could we develop a kinder world? Because we think there is stuff ahead in the future that none of us know about, and we need to put in some kind of fix for it now. Try and make it work. It's not going to happen. Press the thing, he says. What we thought we'd do, given that this isn't about chasing money, chasing other people to do the actions. This is about a small group of people saying, we've got no money and we want to work together to see if we can fix it. We chose to use food as our agent for change. We thought food crosses all cultures, all barriers, and all ages. It will work for everybody. We all do it. Not only that, we didn't want to waste any time on having a membership kind of process. So we reckoned if you eat, you're in, and that's it. We thought we'd have a model, we'd have a simple model, because it makes you look a bit sophisticated if you can show a slide with a model. There's our model. It's exactly the same from the day we sat down together. For 3.5 years we've stayed focused on this model. So simple. We worked it out. We're not special, Todmorden's not special. What should we do? How can we chop up any town, any village in this country? This is how we reckon we could do it. Just look at this. Business. I was going to swear there, I was going to say buggered. Oh, I'm taking that. You're done without business. You need business. So we'll support businesses, we'll promote businesses, we'll engage with businesses, so that the children and the children's children have got a future in a small town. We'll work with communities, we'll listen to the poor, we'll help, we'll engage, we'll celebrate, we'll work across cultures to do whatever we can to get people interacting with their environment, understanding their food, and perhaps making a kinder world. Learning. We'll try to make a shift in learning. Thousands of our children are not going to go to university and are not going to walk into jobs like we lucky oldies did. So we'll work with learning. So that's our model, and it's still as true today as it was when we started. how did we start? We started with our own hands. Some people, to make it sound sexy, said, oh, it's guerrilla gardening. It's not guerrilla gardening. That's got a little tinge of war and macho behaviour. We like to call it propaganda gardening. We took unloved, unproductive, unused spaces and made them beautiful. So this is the same space, planted with a garden, a living thing for people to share, all edible. Boaters that didn't want to be in that part of the town now come to the part of the town. We've got signage and educational materials there. So we believe this is propaganda gardening. We're saying to people, first of all, we're introducing a whole new concept. Not get off my land, not touch my things, help yourself. We, unpaid people, want to do good things for you. This is the main road. If you're going to have propaganda gardens, make them right out. So this is the main road through the town, and you can see we've made all these community beds, which have been adopted by, for instance, that's disabled children, that's a youth club, so that people could share in what we were doing, identify a cabbage, identify a caterpillar. Then we went to the really hard work, which was going onto estates, where people live high on the hill, in pretty difficult soil and conditions, and helping them build gardens. This is our zillion-pound PFI health centre, fabulous, and it had a £20,000 planting plan of full-size, perennial, kind of horrible, unedible things. And I said to the doctor, wouldn't it be great if the patients could get rhubarb and apple? It's really good for you, doctor. And he said, it'd be brilliant, Mary, but we're not paying for it. So by hook or by crook, we managed to get the money, get the planning permission, strip out all of the inedible plants, and plant the whole building is surrounded by apples, pears, plums, rhubarb, vegetables, and in the back, for the finale, we built a complete apothecary garden and seating for the doctors. This is the railway station, this is the car park beds. As you get off the train, we have 15 tubs of pick your own herbs. The railway people, Northern Rail, fabulous supporters, they get what we're doing. Of course, they've got a cleaner, nicer, greener railway station, all done by people for nothing. We've got brassicas and potatoes and food here. At the back of the station car park, our favourite ticket man was dying, and we asked him, we'll plant a garden reg when you're, gone. What's your favourite veg? And he said broccoli. So we have memorial broccoli beds at the back of the car park. And the beautiful thing is the station 4 miles down also planted broccoli for reg. So come to Hebden, Todmorden, if you like broccoli. The police station had a beautiful south-facing aspect. It was crying out for something. And with some fast talking, very fast talking, I think there was a yes anyway. So you can see it's a really popular, beautiful space to grow vegetables. The police are happy, we're happy. Scallywags like to have their photo taken there. Men in uniform can get very competitive, so of course the firemen had to have fruit trees. This is then planted.